Thank you everyone for joining us today. We're really excited to tell you a little bit more about the UR2PhD program. This is an information session for faculty and staff, so hopefully you're all in the right place. Today's session is being led by myself. My name is Julia Sepulveda, and I am a senior program associate at CRA. I am also joined by Eric Russell. Eric, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hello, everyone. I'm Eric Russell. I'm the Director of Educational Initiatives at the Computing Research Association.
Thank you. And UR2PhD is also made possible by the support of a number of different folks within the computing community. So we wanted to give a quick thank you to all of our program leaders, instructors, TAs, workshop designers and facilitators, etc. So today we'll be providing an overview of the UR2PhD program, the benefits of participating, as well as next steps for getting involved in the program. We'll have some time at the end for some questions and answers, but if at any point you have any questions, feel free to stop us during our presentation. So, what is UR2PhD? The UR2PhD program is an initiative that started at CRA in 2023 with the goal of increasing the number of domestic students pursuing PhDs in computing and in science disciplines more broadly. The reason for this is because we know that undergraduate research experiences improve retention, academic performance, interest in graduate studies, and outcomes for students, especially students from underrepresented communities. But we've heard from the communities that traditional undergraduate research experiences are often one-to-one. So a mentor is often working with an individual student, and that mentor often has to provide all of the technical training and support. We often hear that students feel isolated in these experiences. So to help create scalable undergraduate research experiences, we've created the UR2PhD program. And UR2PhD will help you as a mentor provide more undergraduate research experiences at scale. So how will we do this? UR2PhD will increase the number of students pursuing graduate studies by increasing the number of mentored research experiences, improving the quality of those experiences, and sustaining a student's interest in research. To do this, we offer 4 main program activities, including courses that expand institutions' capacity to provide those research opportunities, and workshops that increase the students' interest in those research opportunities. So our undergraduate research training course, our research engagement and awareness workshops, and our graduate school application workshops are tailored towards undergraduates, really teaching them what undergraduate research is, how they can perform undergraduate research, and why undergraduate research is important. And our graduate student mentor training course, as the name suggests, is really aimed and geared towards graduate students who are providing mentorship to undergraduate researchers. So to help folks really picture this and thinking about the program more broadly, we've provided 3 different visuals here to understand how each stakeholder will go through the program or how we envision them to through the program. For our undergraduate researchers, we envision them participating in our research training course, getting the research training they need to be successful researchers. After the course, we imagine them continuing to work with their faculty mentor or continuing to get involved in research in some other way, as well as participating in our workshop series. And then after going through these activities, we see them eventually enrolling in a graduate program of sorts. So we really see undergraduate as taking the first step in research with our research training course, but we don't foresee it being a one and done experience. We foresee it being the first step in many in their research journey. For our graduate students, we foresee graduate students participating in this mentor training course, equipping themselves with the skills they need to be successful researchers. And after the experience, we foresee them continuing to work with undergraduate researchers. Whether they're new mentees or existing mentees, we really see them as having the skills, the tools, and the confidence they need to continue to be able to support these students. Post-graduation, whether it's a master's program or a PhD program, we foresee these students as continuing to serve in leadership roles, continuing to give back and mentor folks. And last but not least, we foresee our faculty mentors as being the ones who provide these experiences and facilitate these experiences for students. So faculty mentors are the ones opening the door for graduate students and undergraduate students to get involved. We foresee faculty mentors providing these experiences and receiving support from our team to help make that happen. So faculty mentors will be overseeing the graduate and undergraduate students, but they won't have to increase their workload to be able to do so. to give you all a visualization of what this looks like in practice, we foresee that if a faculty mentor is working with both undergraduate and graduate students, the undergraduate students will participate in our research training course, and the graduate students will participate in our mentor training course. So each faculty mentor will be working with a group of undergraduate students and a singular graduate student, where the undergraduate students are working on research with the graduate student and the faculty mentor, and they're also receiving instruction from our team. Similarly, the graduate student will be providing that research experience to the undergraduate students, but they will also be taking our mentor training course and receiving instruction from our team about what it looks like to be a successful mentor. And again, the faculty mentor here is overseeing the experience, providing guidance and support and technical instruction where needed. As I mentioned, we perceive the undergraduate research training course to be a student's first step into research, but we really want them to continue with research. To facilitate that continued engagement in research, we provide some unique funding opportunities to help make it happen for our successful course participants. Among these opportunities, we provide technical conference travel awards for students who have gone through our courses, published their work, and secured an opportunity to present their work. That technical conference travel support is up to $2,000 per participant. We also offer RU funding for both mentors and students, where any undergraduate student who has completed our undergraduate research training course and intends to continue to work on research can do so. And lastly, some continuing graduate student mentor awards for students who completed our mentor training course and who plan to continue to work with UR2PhD affiliated students. So to summarize, UR2PhD is aiming to increase participation in research in order to encourage more students to pursue graduate education. To do this, we offer 4 main program activities, which include our graduate student mentor training course, our undergraduate research training course, our computing research engagement and awareness workshops, and our graduate school application workshops. To facilitate continued participation in these research activities, we offer exclusive funding opportunities for both mentees and mentors. So now that you know what UR2PhD is, why should you participate? We'll be going through each of our activities and the results of what we foresee that activity to do. So for our graduate student mentor training course, CRA provides $1,000 to every student who meets our course expectations. This includes attending the courses, participating in 3 group discussions online, and finalizing their mentorship training philosophy. For our undergraduate research training course, we foresee a home institution or faculty mentor providing either course credit or pay for their participation, and successful course participants are eligible to apply for our RU and travel funding. For our research engagement and awareness workshops, we really see students benefiting from increased knowledge of what computing research can look like, what that pathway is like, and what careers they might be able to see themselves in down the line. And for our graduate school application workshops for computing programs, we really see students benefiting from increased knowledge about graduate applications, the requirements necessary to apply, as well as the materials they'll need to put together. On our website, you can also find additional resources and tools for explaining the benefits of the program, and it is a long list of what we offer. But to make it short, UR2PhD helps to reduce the barriers to access. Students can ease into an experience because they don't need any research experience at all to start. So UR2PhD also provides students with the structure and opportunities to learn, practice, and apply the skills they need to be successful without adding additional responsibilities to a mentor's plate. UR2PhD also provides students with peer mentorship. Students can build community, not just at their own institution, but within any institution that is participating in the program. And lastly, UR2PhD expands the number of funding opportunities available, especially to the students, but also to the mentors. In other words, participating in UR2PhD would make research experiences at your institution easier to access for students and provide students that are participating in those opportunities more support and structure. So now that you know what UR2PhD is, why you should get involved, how can you get involved? Our courses are based on an application process and our workshops are registration based. So for our courses, we foresee there being 2 main entry points. These are our institutional partnerships and applications from the community. For our workshops, because they are open to all students, we foresee any student with an interest in research or any past or current participant really getting involved in these workshops. So diving into what the course entry points look like, we have two main entry points, institutional partnerships and community applications. Institutional partners are schools and departments that are committed to recruiting and supporting undergraduate researchers at scale. So institutional partners are partners who are looking to get at least 10 students involved in our program and successfully passing the program. Institutional partners designate a local coordinator, which is usually a staff member or a faculty mentor at the institution that recruits and matches faculty, graduate students, and undergraduate students. Given that that is a hefty goal to get at least 10 students involved in research, participating in our program, and continuing to do research beyond the program, we do offer incentives for folks to be able to get that started at their institution. So local coordinators can earn up to $10,000 for helping to recruit students, match them, and support them throughout the process. If an institutional partnership maybe seems like a hefty goal, or you'd like to try just one group of students participating in our program, we also have community applications. So students who do not attend an institutional partner can still apply to participate in our courses. Students who are coming in from the community to our course do have to identify a faculty mentor, a research team, and a research project prior to applying to the course. So again, whether students are institutional partners or from the community applications, everybody has to be working in groups of 2 to 4, having a research mentor, and having a research project. To map this out for what this looks like for the students and for the mentors, at our institutional partner schools, the local coordinator is responsible for recruiting students and faculty. They select who will be participating. They facilitate the matching. That means like putting the students into the groups, assigning them a faculty mentor or a graduate student. And then those faculty or local coordinators will share the final groupings with our team. Our team will then handle the logistics of sending out course information, managing the course needs, etc. So both faculty mentors and students will receive information from our team as well as their local coordinator. At non-institutional partner schools, students identify their research team, their mentor, and their project. They then apply to our program. Our team reviews the applications and communicates the decision. Then the faculty mentor verifies the student's eligibility, and the team shares logistics and manages course needs, similarly to the institutional partner schools. So in this instance, the faculty mentors and the students will only be receiving communications from our team and not local coordinator. So to summarize this section, faculty can serve as either mentors to students in our courses and or local coordinators. Graduate students can serve as participants in our mentor training course, and undergraduates can serve as participants in the course or in our workshops. So how you get involved really depends on what your interests, your availability, and your goals are. So now that we know what the program is, why it's important to get involved, or how you might benefit from getting involved, and how you can get involved, what is actually required and who can participate. So for our graduate student mentor training course, students have to be enrolled in a North American institution in some sort of graduate program. That again can either be a master's program or a graduate or a PhD program. Students must also be actively working with undergraduate researchers, and they must be able to take our synchronous course sessions. For our undergraduate research training course, students have to be North American undergraduate students, so enrolled in an institution pursuing an undergraduate degree. They have to identify a research mentor, project, and team. They must be willing and able to attend the same course sessions as their research team. And again, our expectation is that they'll meet the course requirements. For our workshops, again, registration is required for all of our workshops, and that is just so that students have access to the Zoom recordings. If folks are interested in pursuing an institutional partnership, there is a 30-step process for applying. So folks have to make a copy of our application form. They must obtain a letter of support from their department chair or head, and then they must submit those items to our team. So when are our activities actually offered and when can you get involved? We offer our courses 3 times a year, in the spring, the summer, and the fall. And we offer our workshops in the spring and in the fall. For this summer, we will be offering the mentor training course from late May to late July, and our undergraduate research training course throughout the month of June. In the fall, we'll be offering both the graduate and undergraduate courses from September to December. If you'd like to get involved in the summer course, applications are open for both institutional partnerships as well as the community application. A few of those deadlines are listed here. So if you're interested in getting involved as an institutional partner, you should plan to do that before April 30th. If you'd like to encourage your graduate student to get involved in our mentor training course, that application deadline is on May 11th. And if you'd like to encourage a group of undergraduate students to participate in the research training course, that deadline is coming up on Memorial Day, which is Monday, May 26th. So far we've covered what UR2PhD is, why folks should participate, how you can get involved, what is required to get involved, when you can get involved, and when applications are due. So where can you find more information? On our website, we have a handy navigation page where you can find information for any stakeholder. So whether you're referring undergraduate students, graduate students, colleagues, department chairs to our website, you can find the page that's appropriate for them there. On our faculty mentor page and our university or department page, you can find tabs on the side that really help orient information that you might want access to. So for our faculty mentors, this is really for folks to learn more about what the expectations are for getting involved in the undergraduate research training course, to learn more about the funding opportunities available, as well as resources and frequently asked questions. On the university and colleges page, this is where you can find more information about getting involved as an institutional partner. And again, it will tell you a little bit more about the expectations, the support, as well as the application. If you, for some reason, can't find what you're looking for, you're always welcome to reach out to our team. You can contact us at UR2PhD@cra.org. So, I've thrown a lot of information at you. I'd love to summarize it for you. UR2PhD is on a mission to increase the number of students pursuing PhDs in computing by increasing the quality and scale of undergraduate research opportunities. We have two main activity types, our courses and our workshops. Our courses are application-based with two primary entry points. These are institutional partnerships as well as student applications. And our workshops are registration-based. So any student in North America with an interest in research is eligible to participate in our workshops. And we especially encourage past course participants to remain engaged in our workshops. We have opportunities for undergraduate students, graduate students, and faculty mentors. So in addition to our four main activities here, we also have funding opportunities. So this includes technical conference travel funding, REU funding, and we also have resources on our webpage that help mentors design research experiences or learn more about where and how they can access funding. All right. Are there any questions from the community? Yes.
Hi, question about the undergraduate research training. Is that only available for domestic students, or can international students also participate?
International students are welcome to participate and apply. I think while our goal is to increase the number of domestic students participating in our program, we will not turn an international student away from our undergraduate research training course.
Perfect, thank you.
There was one thing I'm a little bit confused on. So for graduate students, do they have to have an idea of like their mentee or their mentorship teams before applying, or could they just apply for the mentorship training?
So they're welcome to apply before they've identified the students, but in order to actually participate, they definitely have to have at least one mentee. So we've had students who apply for the course, work with their mentors or their advisors, and then when the course actually begins, they have their mentees. It is not the case that students can take the course without having mentees. Does that provide a little bit more context, or should I reframe that in any way?
No, that was great. Thank you.
Julie, we have a couple of questions in the chat. So here I'll go ahead and pose them. What if we don't have graduate students?
That is perfectly fine. There are a couple of institutions who participate in our program as institutional partners without graduate students, among them Wellesley College and Claflin University. So if there are no graduate students, we foresee the undergraduates still participating in our research training course, but the faculty mentor will have to take a little bit more of a proactive approach to providing the technical mentorship needed throughout the program and providing a research direction. But it is not a problem if there are no graduate students involved in the process.
Okay, great. And one other one is obligations or selection criteria for institutional partners.
We really look for just institutions that are willing and able and really want to increase participation in research. Beyond that, it really is just about managing and finding ways to help the program work locally. So we want to talk to you if you're interested in pursuing an institutional partnership, and we're happy to make that work. Any other questions?
I'll just add to that that you know the institutional partners have come from a variety of types of schools, and that we do hold local coordinator check-ins, faculty mentor check-ins, and so that's another good way to connect with the community and find out what's working well with the program at this institution, or how they're handling this. So it's quite nice to see the various schools coming together to discuss what's working well and areas for improvement, and we appreciate that because we're always looking to continually improve the program based on that feedback as well. So I don't see any other questions in the chat at the moment. So.
I do want to thank you all for attending our workshop today. We know it's not easy to take time away from your schedule, and we really appreciate your commitment and your interest in supporting undergraduate researchers. We hope that UR2PhD can help serve as an on-ramp to working with more researchers. And I think Eric and I will be sticking around for a couple more minutes if folks have questions they'd like to ask that they would like us not to record. But otherwise, thank you so much for taking time today. We hope that you'll get involved. If you have any questions at all about getting involved, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.